Traditional Mediterranean diets include foraged wild grains that are far more nutrient-dense than most cultivated vegetables. Long before modern agriculture standardized flavor and appearance, people relied on the landscape itself for nourishment. Hillsides, field edges, stone walls, and olive groves provided a rotating supply of edible weeds, plants that thrived without irrigation, fertilizers, or human protection. These wild grains were not marginal foods, they were essential components of daily meals, especially in spring, when they offered a surge of micronutrients after winter scarcity. Purslane is one of the most striking examples. Unusual among plants, it is exceptionally high in omega-3 fatty acids, specifically alpha-linolenic acid, ALA, in amounts rarely found in vegetables. In some cases, purslane contains more omega-3s per gram than certain types of fish. It grows abundantly in disturbed soils and gardens and is often dismissed as a weed, yet nutritionally it is a powerhouse. Its slightly sour, salty flavor and succulent texture make it versatile, excellent raw in salads, added to soups, or lightly sautéed as a vegetable side dish with olive oil and garlic. Dandelion greens are another cornerstone of traditional foraging. Their intense bitterness is not a flaw but a feature. Bitter compounds stimulate digestive secretions, support bile flow, and enhance liver function, key aspects of metabolic health that modern diets often neglect. Dandelion greens are rich in vitamins A and K, calcium, iron, and a wide range of antioxidants. Young leaves are tender and relatively mild, suitable for salads or mixing with other greens. Older leaves become more bitter and are best cooked, where sautéing with olive oil, garlic, or onions mellows their sharpness while preserving their nutritional value. Nettles occupy a special place in Mediterranean and broader European food traditions. While their stinging hairs make them intimidating, proper cooking neutralizes the sting completely. Once cooked, nettles resemble spinach in texture but surpass it nutritionally. They are rich in iron, calcium, magnesium, and chlorophyll, contributing to oxygen transport, bone health, and detoxification pathways. Nettles are traditionally added to soups, folded into omelets, blended into pesto, or used anywhere spinach would be used, but with deeper mineral content. Wild arugula further illustrates the nutritional advantage of uncultivated greens. Compared to its domesticated counterpart, wild arugula has a sharper, more peppery flavor due to higher concentrations of glucosinolates, protective compounds associated with anti-inflammatory and anti-cancer effects. These intense flavors signal biochemical richness. In traditional Mediterranean diets, such greens were prized precisely because their bitterness and pungency indicated strength and vitality. Wild greens represent more than individual nutrients. They embody the Mediterranean diet's deep connection to land, seasonality, and resilience. They grow without cultivation, often in marginal environments, providing a form of food security independent of markets or harvest cycles. Their availability changes with the seasons, naturally encouraging dietary variety and preventing over-reliance on a narrow set of foods. This diversity supports gut health by feeding a wide range of beneficial microbes and reduces nutritional monotony. Growing conditions play a critical role in their potency. Wild plants are exposed to sun, wind, pests, and poor soils, forcing them to produce higher levels of protective compounds such as polyphenol, flavonoids, and other phytochemicals. These compounds defend the plant against environmental stress, and in humans, they act as antioxidants, anti-inflammatory agents, and metabolic regulators. In contrast, many cultivated vegetables are bred for mild flavor, uniform appearance, and rapid growth, often sacrificing phytochemical complexity. Implementing wild greens today requires care and respect for safety. Proper identification is essential, as some toxic plants closely resemble edible ones. Foraging should only occur in clean, unpolluted areas far from roads, industrial sites, or chemically treated land, and in accordance with local regulations. For those without access or confidence in foraging, farmers' markets often offer wild or wild-cultivated greens, providing the same benefits without the risk. When wild greens are unavailable, choosing darker, more bitter cultivated greens can approximate their nutritional role. Ultimately, wild greens and edible weeds reflect a foundational Mediterranean principle: health arises from diversity, seasonality, and harmony with the environment. Reintroducing these foods, whether truly wild or thoughtfully cultivated, adds depth, resilience, and ancestral wisdom back into modern diets, reminding us that some of the most powerful nourishment grows freely at our feet.